Welcome back to Yellow Skunk Farms. Quick disclaimer, this is a 21-year-old and up channel, so if you're not 21 years or older, please leave the channel now. Thank you. And the reason why is because we have these beautiful plants in here. And we are day 75 of flower and the seed run. This is a seed run that we did. And I'm just gonna take a gander at these, and I mean these nugs are like I said, the tightest buds I've ever seen or held. I mean, they're like rocks. Smell like lemon lime, and I'm pretty sure they're like rocks because they got seeds in them, but all of them are just, oh, there's a seed right there. Looks like they don't look, the seeds look done, but the plant doesn't look done. Look at that seed. The seed looks great. The casing just fell right off. This one's just a dud. This one's going to get composted. We're not even going to mess with this. We just left this here for roots and exudates and all that kind of good stuff down into the soil. Just kind of leaving it for a solar panel, you know. On this side, I want to grow things, keep things in the soil at all times. Keep living plants going at all times. That is the trick. Let's take a gander at one of these. These things are about to pop out of the shell without even me touching it. Look, it just fell out. Just me doing that, those two fell out. Perfectly looking good seeds there. Like that. So they're just about done, day 75. We could pretty much chop these anytime we want. You can see that they are especially droopy there. Pretty much the top, the bottoms, everything. I was waiting for the top. So all of these were going, all that was going, and then we were just waiting on those tops to finish up. You can see the same coming here. We're almost there. Seeds will just be popping out everywhere, and they're fully mature. So that's what we're waiting on. We're waiting on these little tips. See how they're pulling? Look at the tips. That's a sure indication that we are done. Each one of those burnt little tips there. And that's normal. That's not me doing any type of, we don't touch the plant. We haven't done anything, added anything, nothing. It just does it naturally. When the plant comes to the end of life, they'll start to see those burnt tips. A lot of people think it's like nutrient burn or, over nutrient burn. And that can be if you're in the middle of a grow. But towards the end of the grow, like when you're finishing up, all of these leaves will just start to pull. Look at the ends. All the tips. And eventually this leaf will shrivel right on up. It'll suck all that right on up, just like over here, up into those seeds, up into that bud, into that seed, which is where we want it. We want that stuff in the seed. The seeds popping out right there. This thing is super terpy. I mean, I was excited about this. Look at the terp profile is just insane. That one broke. Well, we just left it. Cotton candy, Kush, bubble gum. Got a little bit of grandma's funky bathroom in there. I mean, just all around, I'm super impressed with it. I mean, I know the buds aren't big, but they're not supposed to be. This isn't smokable, really, flour. This was strictly for the seed production, but man, if I'm definitely going to be taking some of these terps and doing a tincture or something. Just delicious. This one over here is tight noted too. This is the lemon lime. This is the one still growing. It just doesn't want to stop growing. You see this one doesn't really have the burnt tips anywhere. It does down at the bottom. We're just waiting for it to come on up, and it is slowly coming on up. I've seen the seeds down here are pretty good. But I just grabbed that, and that's 2 of them right there. Beautiful looking seeds. And those seeds, all these seeds that you see me throwing down here, they don't stand a chance. Like a lot of people are like, oh, you're going to have plants popping up everywhere. No, that's not how this bed works. There's just way too much biology, and I'll show you why. All right. This is the apple challenge, but that's not a good show. This is probably a good reason why. These little critters right here. Those are earwigs. And then we've got, let's see, I know what I guarantee you. These guys. These guys, roly-polies, love little green sprouts. And as soon as that little plant pops up, boop, it gets about that big, and that little green shoot comes up, those little roly-polies there just eat it right on up. They don't stand a chance. So we have to put them in the pot first. So that's where the cow pot or any type of pot comes into play. And it's a barrier around the plant. Put the plant in the cow pot. Cut the bottom of the cow pot off. Set the plant right down in there like this. And I never see roly-polies climbing up the wall. It's crazy how it works, but I think you can do that with any type of, cover. Like sometimes they'll put a guard around a tree to prevent, deer from rubbing it. Kind of the same principle, except we're doing it on a small scale, of course. But any type of barrier we put around that, for some reason or another, they just do not climb up it and over to eat it. They've got enough food down here. They're going after the easy food. It's always about the easy. So if they have plenty of food down in your soil, there's no reason for them to eat any of your cash crop or eat on the stalk of the only reason an isopod would ever eat a plant like this is if it's starving. I mean, I would eat pretty much anything if I'm starving. But if you give them food down here, like this avocado here, you give them food, then they will do their thing and not mess with your plant. Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you. Cool. Let's see. Let me get over here. Oh, you got those roots. That's a shell, a conch shell I found in the woods around here, which is crazy because I guess it was, like maybe a seagull or something coming from the ocean, picked it up, carried it, or eagle or something, and dropped it over here on my property. That's the only thing I can think of, how that conch shell got in the woods. I mean, literally in the middle of the woods, like surrounded by oak trees. Like, maybe it was from but it was just too out of place not to have been like dropped in from the air. pretty crazy to find it out there. But I was just walking through the woods, and there it was. I was like, huh, a conch shell in the middle of the freaking woods, in the middle of nowhere. Good looking seed. What's up, Pooter? Scooter? No, that's Cooter. Where's Scooter at? I haven't seen Scoot this morning. She's probably back behind that log over there. I don't know where she is. I bet we threw some food in. How many days has it been? I think it's been 3 days. Yeah, it has been. No, it's been 2 days since we fed. This monstera has gotten ginormous as usual, but everything else is on point. Working on this. We've still got, quite a bit to go on this thing here. We've got the sand, silt, and clay down from the reservoir. We've got the rocks in to where we're going to start. These rocks we're going to start building the mountain over here. Build the creek. We're going to start the creek wall. We're going to stack rocks, another layer, bring in the red clay, and then build up from there with the rock. And then we'll remove all the pea gravel out the pond, put cobblestone down on the floor, fill back, or maybe not even remove the pea gravel, just move the pea gravel, place cobblestone at the bottom. This way it'll allow water to get up underneath of that pond and not force anything. I want it to flow underneath the pond. So that's why we don't have any concrete down here at the bottom. We will remove most of that cobblestone and then concrete over the cobblestone and the pea gravel so water can go underneath the pond and utilize the whole bed, if you understand what I'm saying. I know it's a little complicated at this point because this is the E horizon and the design is in my head, so me trying to explain the design to you could be a little difficult if you don't understand where I'm going, but having this here kind of gives you an idea where I'm going. So you can see we're going to build up. Let's go down. You see how much higher this wall is compared to this wall. So this is where we start. This is just the base so we can get the pond liner in to give us that pool. So this is where all the water is going to be flowing down through, and all that extra water is going to go down and sit on here and then seep down into that sand, silt, clay, separating it from the soil. This gives us that reservoir at the bottom where water can be wicked up and be wicked down. So it'll be coming up out of the creek into the soil, wicking across the soil, going down into the soil layers. Also, this reservoir here will be full, wicking water up just like it does over here. And this is a trick of how the soil stays moist all the time. So we've kind of sandwiched it. You see, we've got this would be moisture down there, and we've got moisture up here in the creek wicking over. All the excess goes down, sits in that reservoir, being wicked up. Roots go down, tap in. So you've got moisture up here for the biology, for the microbes, and you've got moisture down here for the roots. And that's how the whole system really functions. Where is Scooter at? I'm concerned. I haven't seen her all morning. Where's she at, Cooter? Gotta put some eyes on her. Make sure she ain't stuck somewhere. Where's she at? Is she back there? I think I do see her right there. Maybe. Yeah, that's her. No, yeah, that is her right there. Yeah, she's right there. There she is. What are you doing back there? You hiding? I'm just making sure you're not stuck. And what I mean by stuck is that, you know, turtles breathe air. So if they can't get to the surface, they will drown. And what I mean by getting stuck, she can, you know, wedge herself, you know. I've tried really hard to make sure that she couldn't, there's nothing down there that she can't move, you know what I mean? There's nothing like embedded in anything other than this big log right here, which is nothing for her to get stuck in. But most anything in here, if they were to try, they could move it if they needed to. Those are small rocks down there. Everything's been settled in too, you know what I mean? So everything has been moved multiple times by all these guys. The fish, Pooter is the biggest one in there. Pooter actually can get in there and move anything she wants or he wants, whatever it is. To me, it's Pooter, so. So yeah, that's how that works. Just want to make sure that it doesn't get stuck or anything, you know. But here lately, she's been held up back over and behind that log there. She's big. Look at them feet. Everybody said that the mollies wouldn't make it. Turtles are going to eat your mollies. The mollies are doing just fine. The turtles can't catch them mollies. That's why the only time I've ever seen a turtle actually eat a fish is when the fish is dead. Like, they're not that fast. And I mean, if they do happen to catch one, I mean, it'd probably be a rarity. They're not, you know, big on catching. They're more of a cleanup crew, the turtle is. They come along after it's dead and it's yummy yummy, like a buzzard. So we got major storms coming in here today. They're talking about tornadoes and all kinds of shit. So I've got generator on standby. 2 of them actually. Because I ain't fucking around. So I've got 2 generators on standby just to make sure that we're good to go. Got the Grandmaster LEDs in here. I want to give them a shout out because Thomas over there, I spoke with him and they're going to be supplying us with 3 new, or they're brand new light fixtures. I'm not sure what they're called. These are the Borg Evolutions, the Tarantula Borg Evolutions, the 4-channel ones. Got 4 channels. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've been running 100% cool white for the last 2 weeks on nothing on the rest. And I seem to get really good results, especially in plants that don't like high light. And I've noticed in here that the red Plants don't like that deep red. Now, the cannabis may, but everything else seems to just bleh. When I turn, like the algae does not like the red. If you want to take care of the algae in your pond or whatever, add some far red to the light, and the algae will be cut dramatically in half. With the blue, it blooms, and that's what I want. I want the bloom. I want that algae in that pond. That's what's actually helping me clean the pond. It's my job to go in and pull the algae and put it in the soil. Over time, this is going to build and build and build, and I'm going to have soil that you can't get anywhere else. Like, it'll be one of a kind. It'll be, not that, all soil isn't really one of a kind, but I'm saying, like, we're going to have the aquatic and the terrestrial. We're going to merge the two together, and the biology and the microorganisms that are breaking down organic matter, giving us different responses from the plants. It gives us a totally different atmosphere, and atmosphere is what environment, and atmosphere is what gives us the traits that we're looking for, or hopefully that we're looking for. I don't know. We're testing this out. This is all an experiment. I've never done anything like this before. This is my first time, so this is something that we're all learning together, and I'm learning a lot. I mean, it's so fast. It happens so fast, and when you're in here every day watching it turn over, you really see things that you don't see in anywhere else other than an outdoor grow. But even outside, this would be cut off during the wintertime. So I'm getting to see it. Like, I can change the temperature, but not too much. It's never going to go below like 68, hopefully 65 in this room, and it will never go over 85, hopefully. So, we're going to keep it in that range of that wave range where everything flows nicely. Biology's happy all the time, constantly turning and burning this nutrient. And hopefully we can just grow these plants, cut them, plant right beside it, same day. I mean, just boom, flip the lights, off to the races. No lag time, no downtime, no nothing. It's just turn and burn. So we've got the new plants in there ready to come in. These are almost done. We'll chop, 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 process. We'll chop, 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 and bring in the new plants as soon as we chop. Change the light cycle, turn the heat up. Other than that, it's on like Donkey Kong from there. So we had the males over here in this side, so we cut those out, and that's why there's nothing here right now. But normally there'd be a plant here, plant there, plant here, plant there. So we got 4 plants. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 spots. That's what we're allowed to do here in Virginia, and that's what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one doesn't count. That's trash. So I appreciate everybody hanging out today, and like I said, we're going to try and weather this storm. I hope if you're in this storm, you're basically on the East Coast, and yeah, it's going to be pretty bad, they say. So hunker down, tie down your stuff, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.